There is a moment in Delta Force training where everything changes, not physically, not tactically, but psychologically. This phase is known among operators as the Forge. It is the stage where candidates are broken down, not through exhaustion, but through isolation, doubt, and brutal self-testing. Here, Delta discovers who a man really is. The quiet before collapse. Candidates are given challenges without context, tasks without instructions, navigation missions with missing coordinates. The goal isn't to complete the course. The goal is to see how you react when the mission seems impossible. Some recruits panic, some freeze, others break mentally even before their bodies fail. Delta leadership watches closely not to see who finishes fastest, but to see how they think under pressure. No encouragement, no encouragement, no encouragement, praise. Here's what breaks most candidates. You never know if you're doing well. You never hear a good job. No instructor tells you to continue or stop. Days pass in silence. You move forward because quitting feels worse than failing. The psychological toll is massive. The fear of invisibility. Unlike other units where yelling, insults, and punishment define training, Delta instructors remain cold, distant, and unreadable. Their silence is a weapon. Recruits begin to doubt themselves. Did I mess up? Do they even notice me? Am I wasting my life? This is where most people fail, not from pain, but from internal collapse. The stalking test. One of the defining drills is known informally as the stalk. Candidates must silently infiltrate an area full of trained observers without being detected. It isn't about crawling fast or hiding well, it's about discipline under uncertainty. Even the smallest sound, a twig snapping, can end their bid for Delta. For hours, they move inch by inch, with no timeline and no feedback. Some break rule number 1. Stay invisible because their anxiety forces them to rush. Delta doesn't need fast operators, it needs precise ones. The aloneness factor, what most civilians don't understand, is this. Delta Force training is not a collective struggle, it is deeply lonely. No team carries you, no instructor motivates you. Your mind is your only companion, and for many, that becomes the enemy. The best candidates do something special. They learn to talk to themselves with control, not with fear. This internal dialogue becomes their most valuable survival tool. The physical break that exposes character after days of sleep deprivation, starvation, navigation in harsh terrain, and psychological pressure. The human shell cracks. Recruits hallucinate. They doubt reality. They forget why they're there. This is precisely when Delta evaluates them, because anyone can perform when fresh. But the Force needs men who make decisions. When the world goes dark, they don't judge muscle. They judge how your brain behaves when it fails. The "do you still want this?" moment. Every Delta candidate faces a moment where quitting would feel like relief. That is the real test. Not the ruck march, not the stalk, not navigation, but the decision. I may be broken, but I'm not leaving. That moment separates soldiers from operators. The selection nobody sees. There is no graduation ceremony, no cheering crowd, no loud announcement. Delta rejects most candidates silently. Those who pass aren't told immediately. Instead, they are watched, evaluated, and mentally conditioned for the life ahead. A life where failure is invisible, success is classified, and sacrifice is expected without recognition. That is why Delta Force produces ghosts, not celebrities. The Forge exists to ensure that only men who live for purpose, not applause, and survive discomfort without validation ever wear the unit's insignia. In the Forge, Delta doesn't test strength, it tests identity. If a man doesn't know who he is when everything collapses, he doesn't belong here. Stay tuned, because in the next section, we reveal the training that builds these broken candidates into the most feared warriors in American history.